In this lesson, I will show you how do you make a new sketch. There are a few different ways to make a new sketch. If I go to this file, new, inside this SolidWorks, you will see there are three different categories: part, assembly and drawing. That means there are three different files you can work with. So if I go inside this part, you will see at the bottom, this is editing part mode. And if I open another file with assembly, then you will see this is editing assembly mode. So if you want to make any sketch, you have to go to this editing part mode. That means you have to make a new file with this part file. If you don't see this status bar, go to the view. From here, go to the bottom status bar, check this status bar, you will see this status bar. Now in this part file, there are two different modes available. One is editing part mode, another is if I make a new sketch, you can say this is editing sketch mode. That means there are two different modes. One is editing sketch mode, another is editing part mode. So why there are two different modes? If you want to make any 3D part, in that case first you have to make a sketch, then from that sketch you have to transfer this to the 3D. That's why sketch is the best thing. Then from that sketch you have to transfer this to 3D part. Now my question is, how do I go inside the sketch mode? That means editing sketch mode. Well, here you can see on the left hand side, this is called feature manager tree. Here on the left hand side you will see front, top and right plane. There are three different planes. Let's say I want to make a sketch on this front plane. I will right click on this front plane and I will select this sketch. This is the one way to go inside this sketch. How do I know that I am inside this sketch? When you will inside this sketch, you will see this icon at the middle. Also in the right hand side, you will see this icon means I am inside the editing sketch mode. Let's say I make something here, then I am done, then I will close this. So I will select this. Then again, if I want to edit my sketch, I will right click here. I will edit this sketch by selecting this icon. And you can see I am inside this editing sketch mode again. And here you can see there is another red cross icon. It means, let's say I make few more sketches here. And here I want to discard this. I don't want this. I don't want to change this sketch. In that case, I will select this cross and it will discard the change and it will exit the sketch. There are a few different ways to go inside the sketch. This is one of them. First I will close this. I will show you another way. I will create a new file. I will go inside this part file, and here last time I selected the front plane. Maybe I can select top plane or right plane, but now I will go to this sketch tab. If I go inside this sketch tab, there are so many tools available which I will show you step by step. But at the very left, you will see there is a sketch icon. If I select this sketch option, you will see it will appear front, top and right plane, which is standard plane. So if let's say if I select top plane, it will normal to my view, and now I can create my sketch. This is another way to create a sketch. If I don't want to create this sketch, let's say I made this but I don't want to save anything, then I will cross this. Then sketch is gone. This is another way to start a sketch. There is also few other different way to start the sketch. If I go to this feature tab, here you can see almost everything is gray. After making your sketch, if you want to transfer your sketch, 2D sketch to the 3D environment, I mean 3D part, in that case you have to use all of this feature. But at this moment you can use only these two feature. Why? Because these two feature is sketch based feature. That means if you want to apply this feature, this extruded boss or revolve boss, you need at least one sketch. Normally there are two different type of feature. One is applied based feature, another is sketch based feature. Sketch based feature means you must need one sketch, but applied based feature means you do not need the sketch. But to apply the applied based feature, first you have to make a sketch, then you have to convert it to the 3D environment by using sketch based feature, which is you can see from here. Then from there, if you want, you can apply applied based feature. So now I will go inside this sketch. How do I do this? Let's say I want to apply extruded boss. If I select this, you will see this is asking select a plane on which to sketch the feature cross section. So this is asking to select any plane so that I can make the sketch first, then I can transfer this to the 3D part. So if I select this right plane and if I make a simple rectangle and if I close this, you will see this feature already activated, and if I press OK, you will see this is my 3D part. That's why this is called sketch based feature. Now we can see all of this other option is activated. Now if I want to apply the fillet, I can apply this fillet. Fillet is not a sketch based feature, this is applied based feature. If you want to apply this feature, you do not need sketch. You can see I applied the fillet, which you can see from here. Now you already understand why do we need the sketch and why this is really very important, and you already learned there are two different type of feature, and inside this sketch tab you will see there are so many tools is available. In this full course I will work with all of these tools which you are seeing from here. So let's try to create some sketch in the next lesson.